right, everyone. Welcome to our Monday night team training and inspiration call. We have the sunglass theme going on tonight. It's so fun to see people in their sunglasses. I'm looking, a lot of people don't have their cameras on, but some of you have your sunglasses on, and it's so fun. So thanks for playing and having a good time with me, because sometimes we just have to switch things up to keep it exciting, right? So tonight we're in for an amazing treat. My good friend, also Brooke's good friend, Bridget Ryan, is here. Mom of 8, everyone. Mom of 8. She's been homeschooling for 14 years, not just the last month. And she is a plexus diamond. So Bridget is someone who I've always looked up to. When I was a brand new silver ambassador, it was like, oh my gosh, Bridget Ryan, she's amazing. I want to be like Bridget. Like when I grew up, I want to be like Bridget. And I used to watch all of her videos, and there weren't very many. So I was like on the hunt to try. I'd followed her on Instagram, and I was like, I'd always go, Bridget, and I would see what hashtags you used, and then I would copy and paste them into a note on my phone, and I'd be like, I'm using Bridget Ryan's hashtags. I'm totally gonna get like millions of followers. And that was not the case, but I felt super cool. So anyway, I get to be friends with her in real life now, and I'm so grateful for the amazing woman that she is. If you ever meet Bridget in person, she is the most genuine, loving, kind person. There is not a mean bone in this woman's body. Like, we are talking, she's gonna be a saint when she dies, because they're gonna be like, Bridget is here and we gotta saint her. Because see, and she like doesn't like to be bragged on either. This is killing her. She doesn't like attention, she doesn't like to be bragged on. But I just want you, like, I want to tell you, Bridget, how much I love and admire you as a leader, as a mom, as a friend. And I so appreciate how loyal you are to the people that you love. And you teach me so much about things just in general, not even about plexus, but you've been there for me, and I know for Brooke too, over the years, and we just love and adore you. So without further ado, we're gonna kick it off with Bridget. She's gonna share with us a little bit about herself. Bridget, can you share like a little bit of your background for people who might not know you, what your husband did before plexus, why you chose this, just like a little bit of a summary there, and then share your message with us, please.
Wow. I don't know what to say, but thank you for making me look so good. I am so honored to be on this call. When I got a text message from Emily yesterday, I have her, we talk, back and forth, and she's in my phone from years ago, Emily, my fun friend. So every time it pops up, it's usually like, oh, what's Emily gonna say today? It's gonna be something funny that's gonna make me laugh, or, like a fun idea, or what are we gonna plan now? Where are we going? Emily is my fun friend. You can always look for encouragement from Emily. And so when she texts me, I'm like, oh, what's the plans today, Emily? And she's like, hey, can you pop on? Of course I will pop on. I am honored. First of all, I know most of you know that you're on a team that has the best leaders in the industry. And I am honored to be able to work with them behind the scenes sometimes and look up to them. And so I'm honored to come on here. I feel like, gosh, what do I say? But I'm just gonna be real and share my story, because even being at the top of the company, we've all done it in our own kind of way. And so maybe you can get something from me that maybe you haven't gotten from Brooke or Emily. So I'm just going to be real, share my heart, kind of go where it came from. So for those of you who don't know, yes, I'm a mom of 8, crazy. I only wanted 1 or 2 kids, but here I am. Was never going to do network marketing, and surely was never going to homeschool. So I've learned to never say never. But back it up. I married my high school sweetheart. We worked really hard. We were always entrepreneurs. I was doing hair out of the house so I could be home with my kids. Had 2 babies by the time I was 21. He was working hard, We started a swimming pool business, worked it from the ground up, and lived in Southern California. So he was working 70 hours a week. I was home with the kids, having baby after baby after baby. And we worked really hard, but could never make ends meet. We were always living paycheck to paycheck. And so I was very skeptical, did not think I had extra time, right? Because I was crazy busy homeschooling all these kids. And after baby number 6 was when my health started to decline. It's when for the first time, I love being a mom. If you know me, if you follow me, like motherhood is my jam. I love it, right? But after my 6th baby was when I had that, I wouldn't call it postpartum depression because it happened later, but just depressed, anxiety, didn't even like waking up in the mornings to be a mom. Just the park, I don't want to go to the park. You guys watch TV. It was just this, it wasn't me. And that's when my friend introduced me. She said, Bridget, I really think you have gut issues. And started researching it, got on the products, wouldn't tell anybody for 10 months because I was not going to do this. I had a lot of, here's where I want to be honest with you. I had a lot of mental junk up here. I did not think I was good enough. I never went to college. I was a beauty school dropout. I was, pregnant at 18. So I had all this up here, like, it's not for me. I can't be successful. I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. I'm not an Emily. I'm not a Brooke, right? We all tell ourselves this stuff. But it wasn't until I decided to give it my all. I believed in the products. I believed in the opportunity. I just had to get out of my own way. So that's what I did. On April 1st of 2015, I decided to join, and I decided to hang around people that would speak life into me. And so I did. I had an upline who believed in me when nobody else would. And so that's when I started working my business, guys. And I'll tell you what, I didn't do a Zoom call for the first 6 months because I was so nervous. I wouldn't do, my leader would tell me, do this, do that. And I couldn't because I was too scared. And so she said, I want you to do something that scares you a little bit every day. You guys know the story. You just have to do it. So here I am. I love speaking on stage. Isn't that funny? Like I'm still learning, I'm still growing, but I have become this confident where I was shy. I was intimidated. If somebody would ask me what plexus was, I would like immediately go to my upline and be like, how do I answer her? I had no confidence. And you guys, now I'm like, I am filled with passion, and a plexus has given me the confidence to show others that this is possible. So if you're watching this and any of this relates to you, I'm telling you, you can do this too. Because if we believe in something and we want something bad enough, we have to get out of our own way. And that's what I wanted, guys. My husband was never home. We were literally living in a 2-bedroom house. I think it was 12 or 1,300 square feet when I was pregnant with baby number 7. Went to have baby number 7, went senior gold 2 days later. I went diamond in a year, and now we have 5. Let's see, we're about, I don't want to say this because I'm putting myself out there, but we're about 13 orders away from emerald on my husband and son's position, because they're working the business too. And my second position is orders away from ruby. So we've got all these positions going, guys. If I wouldn't have said yes, our family would not have been changed forever. Okay, so that's a little bit about me.
I do want to ask a question because I know that you have tried to rank emerald on these positions multiple times. And can you talk to people who have tried and failed, tried and failed, tried and failed? Because I feel like you've been doing this, except you're not viewing it as a failure. You're like, try again, try again, try again. So can you talk a little bit about that?
Right. And that's another thing, guys, is you cannot look to anybody else. This is your own personal business. And there's lots of things that, we got cross-recruited on our outside leg on one of the positions. So then I had to rebuild all that outside leg up. There's just a lot of things that come into play that you can't compare yourself. Another thing is, a lot of times when we're looking over here is I've had people on my team. I just hit my 5-year anniversary. I've had people on my team for 4.5, almost 5 years, right, that joined me when I did. And they're, I bring in a girl and she goes emerald in 10 months and they're going, well, I've been with you for 5 years. How come I'm not? They don't know her backstory. They don't know that maybe she's been doing personal growth for 3 years before prior to Plexus, or she's been working on her platform or whatever. So never look at that. But I think, my first position was head down. I mean, I worked hard, you guys. And so when I hit that, I kind of took a breath, and so working again, I got cross recruited, building my network again from scratch, being pregnant and not feeling like working right. So there's lots of things that get in the way, and that slowed me down. And now it was excuses. And so that's why I was like, okay, we're going to do this again. Here we go. And not looking at like, I can't do it, because we went from, second position, we were at about 1,200 points, and we went back down to about 500 points. I think when we got cross recruited, I could have given up, right? How many of you feel like that? Never mind, this isn't for me. I can't do it. But then we signed somebody up who signed somebody up, and it was a rock star. And I'm not saying that's how you build your business, because it's not on one rock star, but you just have to keep going and you have to trust the process. And, I thought my second position would be a lot farther along than it is now. I've been working on it for 4 years, but I have my hands in all kinds of things. And so that's what I wanted to talk about, is focus. And I think that if you're anything like me, and I'm going to kind of use an analogy with homeschooling, since all of us on here are homeschoolers now, even if you don't want to be.
Right.
But, I think that for me, I get very overwhelmed if I don't understand something. And if there's a lot of things going on, a lot of times we can just put our hands up and say, I can't do it. And that can be an excuse, instead of saying, okay, let's figure this out, right? I have 8 children. I have a 20-year-old and an 8-month-old and all ages in between. So we've got all the things going. We've got the high emotions. We've got the late night breastfeeding. We've got everything, okay? And I could use it as an excuse, but instead, I will find a way to make it work, because I know that I'm at a place in my business that I can pivot and even shoot farther. Because such a time as this, guys, corporate has given us so many tools, and your team, your leaders we all look to your leaders for, what are you guys doing? Because your teams are in momentum and we want to know what you're doing. So I want to speak to you from an outsider looking in. You may feel overwhelmed, like, okay, we've got Zoom calls, we've got 3-day challenges, we've got, the new send, share, and invite, all the things that you may go, I can't do it, there's just too much. Instead of saying what works for me, and lean into that. Because what worked for me when I first started was Instagram. It worked, so I leaned into it. I wasn't doing the other things until I felt that slowing down. And I was like, okay, I've got to learn something else that's out of my comfort zone a little bit and work on that while I still work on Instagram. And, focusing on certain things. But what I see a lot in my team, and I'm sure Emily sees it too, because it's kind of across the board, is people that, go, stop, and it's killing momentum. Even when things are discouraging, even when you get hit by cross recruiting, or even when, a team leaves, or, your points drop half in half, or whatever, it's not stopping and keeping that steady spot. So for me, I had to find what worked for me in all of this. And you guys, I have not stopped working, even when I had a baby, even when, things were hard at home, or, moving across from Arkansas back to California, all the craziness. I never stopped, because I found a steady spot for me to work. And so it probably doesn't look like anybody else in Plexus. I work Monday, Wednesday, Friday, hardcore. Okay, those are my hard work days. Tuesday and Thursday, I don't do Zooms and I don't do personal phone calls. So that just works for me. That's how I know to focus on my schedule and what my responsibilities are at home. But I want to kind of give you an analogy. When I wanted to homeschool, I didn't know anybody else that homeschooled. So I went on Yahoo back in the day, like 15 years ago. We barely had internet. And I met up with these homeschool moms. When I got there, they were like hippie homeschoolers, barefoot, Southern California, just like chilling. And I said, how do you homeschool? Is it even legal? How do I do this? And they were like, you know what? Throw away the books and just like, if your kids love to play in the dirt, let them play in the dirt, and they were just, and I'm like, oh, I don't know if I could homeschool if they're all like this. So I listened to them. They had some great ideas. And so I took a little bit of that. And then I went to another group where they were, public school teachers. It was book work. It was Pledge of Allegiance. It was up kids at 8 and dressed. And I was like, I don't know if I could do this. I'm, pregnant with my 4th baby. I don't know if I can get everybody up and say the Pledge of Allegiance and do the schedule. And so I took a little bit of what they said. And then I got invited into this lady's home and she walked me through what she did. Then I met a mom who was living on the road, RV schooling, and she was taking her kids to the battlefields and she was doing this over here. And I thought, oh my goodness. So I took a little bit of what everybody was doing and I created my way of homeschooling for the Ryan family, right? What we could do that would work for us in our element. And that is the same with Plexus. The way my upline worked Plexus, I could not work Plexus. She had gifts and talents that I didn't have. So I would use her for the things that I lacked in. But then when I have gifts and talents and what I can do, and I would lean into that, right? I can look at Emily sometimes and I'm like, wow, her Instagram stories are amazing. And I strive to be like that. And she encourages me, right? I don't compare and go, gosh, I wish I could do and be witty and fast and, but I can take that and I can do what I'm good at and lean into that, but just be inspired by her to maybe work on a little bit more. So if you see any of us, if you see me or Emily or Brooke and you're like, I can't be that, don't. Take a little bit of that, lean into what you're good at and do it. I mean, if you have, my upline is amazing at training on health. She will come onto our customer page and she will talk about ease like she is a doctor. I mean, what comes out of her mouth is brilliant. I couldn't do that. So I use her. So I would say delegate. If you feel overwhelmed, delegate with who use people's gifts. I do that in homeschooling. I bring in tutors. I'm not good at math. So I bring in tutors to teach my kids math. Same with my business. I can't do everything, but I'm going to lean in where I can. I'm going to commit where I can. And the most important thing is to stay steady and find that steady spot for you. What does that look like? Create a content calendar, work your Monday, Wednesday, Friday, hardcore with your IPA. Maybe on those days, create content for the Tuesday, Thursdays where you want a lighter load. I have a morning schedule, what I do in the morning. So I get up, don't touch my phone. I do what I got to do, get the kids scheduled. Then I do my I do my morning routine. I, post in the team page, get a post out, check my messages. And then I do my midday check-in and then my night routine. And once you get that rhythm, that might not work for you. Emily and I probably work our businesses totally different, but what works for her and what works for me is different. And so I just wanted to inspire you guys that I know that things can look overwhelming and we can have a lot going on, but we have all these tools. So there's really no excuse. My daughter who's 18, she's watched me build the business. She's working her business now. And she's like, Mom, I don't know what to do. This girl's interested. Do I do her a 3-day? Do I sign her up with a $199 welcome pack? I'm so confused. So I'm hearing like people coming to me, my own daughter, right? We were just having this conversation today. I said, listen, start her off with the $199 pack. If she feels she cannot do that, go to the $99 pack. Be confident. And if she's still not sure, just say, hey, why don't we put you into a 3-day, $20, see how you do, get her in, get that relationship going. So I want you to feel confident in how you're working your business And I do a lot of role play with my newbies, with my daughter. We do role play all the time. I'm like, okay, I'll be the, potential. And do that. Find a sideline friend that you can, role play with, but use your uplines, use your sidelines, get them in messages. And once you get comfortable with that rhythm and that send, share, and invite, plug them in, stay steady, stay the course. We all know consistency is key. And I promise you to trust the process, because here I am 5 years later with several accounts that are hitting jewel levels. And some's taking longer than I would have liked. Some went faster than I would have liked because diamond in a year was crazy. But here we are. And I'm telling you guys, such a time as this to be in a company with what we have and what corporate is doing. And you're blessed to be on this team. So I'm honored to have to be on here. If you guys have any questions, you can ask Emily. I'll get those answered. Emily, anything else?
Why don't you guys, if you have any questions, drop them in the comments. I'm going to do a little wrap up with Bridget here. But honestly, Bridget, like, my favorite thing about you is that you're not led by pride. Like, that is what to me is so endearing about the way that you work, is you're not prideful or egotistical about what you do. And that is, like, I feel like that's what our team really resonates with the most. And they're attracted to those people because that's sort of like what our team is all about, And I love that. I love that for you, it's never a failure. It's just an opportunity to learn. So I love that. So Laura Sutton says she's a mom of 10 and she related to everything that you said. So I'll have to get you guys each other's numbers. So yeah, and the three check-ins a day, so good. I hope everybody will try that method because it really will help you to feel like you can do this but not do it all day long, and still be effective. So thank you, Bridget. You're the best. I know you can go be with your family, but thank you so much for being with us here tonight. You blessed us all. So love you, love you, love you. Okay.
Thank you so much.
So, you're welcome. Bye. Okay, so we have 2 more speakers tonight who are going to share what's working for them right now. Each of them are going to take 5 minutes and they're just going to tell us what's working for them, because I feel like this is so important for everyone to hear what's working, and so that you can know that different things work for different people and it looks differently for everyone. So I loved how Bridget talked about that. So Hannah Wright, Senior Ruby Ambassador, knocking on Emerald's door, is going to share with us first. Hannah, she is going to, where are you at, Hannah?
Right here. Can you hear
there
me?
She is. Yes. Hannah's going to share what's working for her right now.
Hello, everyone. I love Bridget's message. I've always looked up to her too, and I just really appreciate you guys always contacting people and getting people on these calls that are so relatable and doing this too. But I am happy to just share a few things that are working for me right now. And the one thing that I try to focus on is talking to my girls, asking what they need, telling them that they can do it, because every single one of you on here can. And I want to always be an open person that they can come to and say, hey, I really need help with this. I really need to be able to read a message with you. Can you help me with this? So that's my number one thing, is always being available to them. Another thing that I've been doing lately is just those really simple posts that I actually had 3 people contact me about today after posting it. I did a simple post just saying, wow, there's this great combo that's working for IBS and anxiety right now. Does anyone struggle with it? And I've never really done just the type it in and it turns into a cute little colored picture. I'm usually in Photoshop doing all these things, but I just typed it in, posted it, and I had 3 people contacting me saying, hey, I have IBS, or hey, I have anxiety. And it really made me realize today that I spend so much time thinking about my posts and I put so much heart into them. And I know that that works, but it also works to just say, IBS solution, here it is, you know? So that's something that I've recently discovered has been really helpful and really working. And it's really simple to do. And one last thing that I've been doing, which I got from Sapphire on a different team. I just kind of saw her post, but she made a gut health quiz on Google Drive. And she sends people there and has them fill it out. And that way you have all of their symptoms and where they're starting. And then as you sign them up and get them going, you can always refer back to the drive. So you have all that information. I'm loving that. I'm looking to kind of take off with that more and saying, and getting more people in that funnel and showing them things that are common and just kind of making them feel like they're in a group that relates to them and knows what they're talking about, and they feel heard and understood. So those are some things that have been working well for me. I love all of your faces.
Anna, that was so simple and duplicatable. I think everyone on here is like, I could do that. I could do that. And of course, everyone wants to see the quiz. So we will make sure to get copies of the quiz so everyone can use those. I know Lori Ward has been utilizing this as well. And it's been working really well for her too. I've seen her doing that in her stories, and super cool. So Nancy says she has a Candida quiz. I love these ideas, you guys have such good ideas, like such good ideas. So lean into what's working. I love that. Thank you for sharing, Hannah. Okay, Dory, you're up, my friend. Dory is doing 2-a-days. She's either golfing or biking or hiking, or she's doing it all over again for the second time. Every time I get a text from Dory or a FaceTime from Dory or a call from Dory, I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, going biking. Didn't you go biking this morning? Yep, 2-a-day, baby. So she could basically kick all of our butts at the gym. And well, she and Brooke will probably go head to head. You guys are probably equally as fit together. I am just so inspired by you guys.
I think Brooke can take me.
Brooke might. That she is like so super strong and fit. So
Well,
Dory just hit her 3rd enrollment of the month, and she has been in Mesquite vacationing under quarantine. They have a home there. Basically, they're living like this amazing vacation life, and she's still signing people up. And so I was like, Dory, you gotta tell us what you're doing.
so, for me, Emily, when you ask me to talk, I was kind of hoping today that you had forgotten that you asked me last week for this week, because I was thinking, oh, I hadn't heard anything, so she's probably forgotten me, which I was so excited about, because I don't like this aspect of it. And, I listened to Bridget and Hannah both, and focus is a big thing for Bridget. Hannah is saying, there are certain things, it takes her a long time to do her posts and things like that. And I've had this struggle with Emily. I've talked to you, I've done posts, I haven't gotten anything. That is not my strong point. My strong point is relationship building. And yes, we are in our second house in Mesquite. However, I don't know very many of the people around here because we're only here usually on the weekends. So me being here a month now, I'm getting to know the neighbors a little bit more and reaching out to them and making those contacts and relationships. But what I have found this month that has really worked for me is reaching down to my level ones that have taken the products for a long time that didn't want to do anything. I have one that she's a silver now, and she's been doing the products over a year. So for her to say, okay, I want your help. I want to start building. So she's got 4 people, I think, right now. So reaching out to her to get her going. But also what I'm finding too is, other small business owners, other people that you are supporting. They are now supporting me because I have supported them over the years or in the past or whatever. Just like Roden Fields. I used to buy Roden Fields from a good friend of mine that was an esthetician. I don't buy that anymore because I use Joyome. But I needed a cleanser. So I'm buying cleanser from her, and now she's buying collagen and pink from me. So those are things that I'm working with. There's another lady that I buy a lot of handmade jewelry from. She's getting on board with me. But something else that I found that's worked for me in the last couple of weeks is people that may not have ordered in the last couple of months, they need supply right now. They need product. I had one today that her order was going to be $300 and some. I said, we're going to sign somebody up with you. We're going to get your husband going. He's taking it now. We're going to get him going because I want to split this up. So I'm finding that if I talk to them, hey, we can get, yeah, you have over a $300 and some order. Let's split it up. Let's sign him up with that 10% discount and that $9.95. Then you guys can order what you want every month and you're not going to be at that amount. So I have found that to work a couple of times this month. But for me, the focus, I have talked to Emily and Brooke about this. I probably could be so much farther along than I am, but I choose to be where I'm at. It's my choice. It's my choice to go at my pace. It's my choice to do my 2-a-days. But you know what? Those 2-a-days for me give me clarity. They give me focus. I get out and I ride my bike. I look at the clouds. I'm thinking about all kinds of stuff. And I come back and Emily will say, where you been? On my bike. And I've had this brainstorm. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. So that's where I get my focus. So for what I would tell you is do what you need to do to find that focus. You guys are so much busier than me with all your kids and your families and things like that. So I know it's got to be a struggle to find that. But you have to have something in your life to give you that focus. When I opened my book today to make some notes on my little calendar here, my little inspiration, be strong. You never know who you are inspiring. So just kind of keep that in mind. You don't know. Somebody may be listening to you, watching you week after week, month after month. And one day they're gonna come to you and say, oh my gosh, I've been watching you. And it's just like Emily and Bridget's stories and things like that. Yes, Bridget wishes that she can do Emily's Facebook and Instagrams. I wish I could do anybody's because I don't know half the stuff how to do it. So I'm learning it and I'm getting out of my comfort zone to do it. But I have to be me and I have to do what I can do. So whether that be 2-a-days to give me some focus and come back in and work at however long I have to work, so be it.
That's Dory, I love you so much. Always has an inspirational thought. It makes me just feel so good inside, and you inspire me on the daily. I feel like when I'm feeling like, oh, I don't want to work out today, and Dory's out, doing a 2-a-day, I'm like, I gotta step it up. So thank you for your example. Thank you for your energy and your light. You've blessed us all tonight. And I love that you guys look at the stark contrasts. Hannah, Bridget, Dory, everyone is working their business so differently, but yet everyone is finding success in their own way. And I love that Dory and Bridget talked on your pace is your pace. And there's no, you don't need to beat yourself up about it unless you don't want to be in that pace anymore. So own your pace and own what you want and go for what you really feel in your heart you need. So thank you for sharing, Dory. You're amazing. And congratulations on getting your 3. If you already have earned your 3 for this month, shout yourself out in the comments. I want to celebrate everybody who has already hit their 3 enrollments this month for the $100 extra stimulus. You're actually making $220 with welcome pack bonuses and pay points. Jessica says she's already earned hers. I know Dory's earned hers. Chantel has earned hers. Cassie has earned hers. Let's see, Harmony's at 2. Bobby's earned hers. And Bobby is 1 away from her 6. Phyllis, have you earned your 6 or your 3? I feel like Phyllis has earned more than just the 3. Anyway, so much to do there, guys. Stay focused. Oh yeah, Phyllis already has enrolled 7. I know Brooke Hemingway has already enrolled 7 this month, so we got to shout her out because she is working it too, leading by example. So, be committed to hit that goal and at least get the 3 and help someone on your team to do the same. I love how Dory digs down into her team like that, and she does, she gets it down in there and really reaches out and helps to multiply people. And if you get them to sign up their husband, all you need to say is only 2 more and you make X amount of dollars. Anyone you're thinking you might want to sign up? So it's just that instant conversation of developing an unlikely silver, right? So awesome. Phyllis, what's your technique? I'm going to guess it's message, 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 Zoom, 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 message, 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 Zoom, Zoom, Zoom. That's just my guess because she's working 50 to 70 hours in the ER right now on the front lines. So pretty awesome, Phyllis. Thanks for your example there. Okay, last but not least, where is Brooke Hemingway? Where are you at, my friend?
Hey, I'm here.
Here she is. Brooke's going to talk a little bit about something exciting that's going to be happening on our teams in May. And looking beautiful as ever, always.
Ready to work out.
Yeah, baby. Killing me.
All right, so you want me to talk about this?
Yes, take it away,
Okay.
my friend.
Okay, all right. So I have been in network marketing for 4.5 years, almost 5 years. I've been in this industry for a long time. I know a lot of people in this industry. I have had a lot of experiences, lots of ups and downs. I've seen unethical things. I've seen hard things. I've seen amazing things. I've seen momentum. I've seen it all. I feel like practically at this point I have a psychology degree and I could be a therapist. And I don't BS and I don't mess around and I just tell the truth. And I am here to tell you that I do believe this is the best industry on the earth when it's done right. And I do unabashedly feel like we do it right. I feel like we love and we give and we serve and we want the best for everybody that is here. And we want the best for our company. We want people to succeed. We work hard, not because we need to make more money. I make plenty. Emily makes plenty. All the jewels, we make plenty. We work hard not because we're like, I need to win another prize or make some more money. But we work hard because we believe in these products. We believe in this company. We believe in this community and that we have something really special here. And we want to elevate and lift other people up as well. That is a level of leadership that we hope that you get to one day where you want to do the same thing, where you have the fortitude and the character and the strength to keep going, to keep serving, to keep giving, because that is where you get a richness of life and a richness in your business that surpasses far beyond getting a $2,000 prize or a really great income. And that's spoken straight from my heart. And so what we have done is, Emily and I'm sure you've seen us talking about the momentum movement. And it's something that we felt inspired to start creating back in December. And it's something that we just knew people needed, but not just inside of our team, everywhere. Because I am the ultimate believer. I know that 4.5 years ago when I was sitting at my desk and Heavenly Father told me it's not about you, the same is still true today. That was my confirmation, and I never forget the feelings and experiences I have had. No matter how hard it is, no matter how many questions I get asked, no matter how many Zooms I'm on, Janelle, holler if I was on your Zoom tonight and I brought it, right? No matter how many times I bring it, because I know why I'm here and I know why you're here. And so we wanted to create something to show people, including you, what momentum is, how to get into it, how to do it for 4.5 years and still love the work, how to do it even when you don't love the work, how to do it when it's hard, how to do it during COVID, how to do it after having a baby and nursing that baby, how to do it when you're fighting with your husband, like how to work your business and still love it at the end of the day, 4.5 years later, and how to create solid, sustainable momentum. And so that's what momentum movement is about. It's a compilation of, Emily and I's last 4.5 years of learning, of coaching people, of raising up leaders, of working a business. It's the compilation of that. And it is open to you, and you don't have to pay what everybody else has to pay. You just have to pay $19 for materials. So if that's something that you want to do, we have a special link for you on our team to register just for materials. I want you to understand that this is a true labor of love, and this is an entirely second full-time job. An entirely second full-time job, no joke, for like 2 months, creating content. So what this is going to be is this is going to take the place for me, if you're in one of my accountability calls, this takes the place in May of an accountability call. So I'm not having accountability calls in May. You are getting webinars every Friday in May. You are getting a 90-day plan to carry you through the summer. You're getting all of the templates, all of the messaging, all of the behind the scenes things that we do that create the momentum that we have, that we still have. And it's not because we don't go through hard times or lose people or have things happen. Like, we have the things happen, but we are steady, we are strong, we are immovable, we are women of great faith that will not be stopped. And we have created the momentum movement to help raise up other leaders that are strong, faithful, courageous, willing to do what it takes on the good days and the bad days to have momentum, and to make it simpler for you. To make it simpler for you. And so you're going to get a 90-day roadmap, no matter where you are, whether you're a silver, a gold, a senior gold, a ruby, a senior ruby. You're going to get a 90-day map. You're going to get all the implementation training. You can use this no matter if you have a silver team or a gold team or a senior ruby team or an emerald team. It doesn't matter. We're basically pouring our hearts into the month of May, but we're allowing the rest of Plexus to come along for the ride. Like we want them to come in, and we want them to learn, because I think a lot of people think that Emily and I think we're the best people in the world at this. It's just because we've been willing to keep trying and not give up. And we don't ever want to let you down. And we know that there are greater purposes to everything. And I'll be damned if anything will ever, ever stop my momentum. Because momentum to me means people's lives are changing. Momentum to me means that people are succeeding in their health goals, or chasing their dreams, or paying off their debt, or whatever it is. And so we simply can't be stopped. Nothing. And we want to teach you how to have that same strength. And we want to teach you how to have that same courage, and how to have the same tools that we have learned and developed. And we also want to be totally honest with you that you don't learn those skills in a month. You don't learn them in a year. You don't learn them because you've been working so hard for 3 months. Well, good for you, honey. Multiply that by about 12. Okay? But we want you to know that we believe in you, and we want you to know that, hey, there are things that specifically can help you. And all you have to do is believe. One of my very favorite videos from my Christmas series years ago was Sheila Medina, good old Sheila Medina, a first diamond in the company, talking about belief and how belief is a choice. Do you or do you not agree in the comments? Is belief a choice? Is faith a choice? Is that a choice? Do you wake up and choose to believe that your marriage will get better? Do you choose to believe that your sick child will get better? Do you choose to believe that you will get out of debt? Do you choose to believe that the thing you've been struggling with, your pain or your addiction, will go away? Do you choose to believe? It is 100% a choice. And you're the only one in control of that. And so the only ingredient you need to be successful in the momentum movement is belief. And if you believe, we want you to join with us. And if you don't, we want to encourage you to work on building your belief. And the way that you build your belief is you read product stories. You read about the ingredients. You read about how this has changed people's lives. That builds your belief. And then you start taking one step and another step and another step and another step. And that belief grows. And then you move forward and you create that momentum. And then you learn the tools and you do the tools. And then you have this roadmap. And it's like, bam, it happens. And one day you wake up and you're like, how the heck did that happen? That's what happened to Emily and I. And then we did it again, and then we figured it out. And so this is the formula. This is the momentum movement. We want you to be a part of it as our team members. You don't have to be, but this is going to be an incredible month. May is going to be the month of momentum, and our company is crushing it right now. Our team is crushing it right now. People want what we have. And we want to teach you how to deliver it in a better way. And we want to teach you how to have what we have. That's really, and you don't have to have what we have, right? That might not be what you want, but we want you to have the tools that give you what you want to have. And so we will be sharing that link tomorrow morning, but you will have to DM us if you want that link. This is not a link that we're sharing publicly. This is just for our teams. And so if this is something that you want and you believe and you are coachable and teachable and you will let us love on you with the truth and with true things that help, then we want you to be a part of the momentum movement. So DM us if you want that link and we will send that to you. And I just want you guys to know how much we love you, and we literally pray for you. We pray for our team members. We think about you guys all the time, how we can make things easier. And today, literally all day, I've been working on a project to make things easier for you, because I believe that the more we learn, the more we grow, the better we get at things. Right, Emily? I mean, the better we get at things. So many of you guys are so new to this journey, or you've been on it for a couple of years. Guess what? There's more to learn. And that's the beauty of it, because as you keep learning, you just get better and you get more satisfied. And so we are just really, really thrilled to be able to do this, to help everybody to move forward. And that's all I have to say about that. I don't know if you want to say anything else about it.
No, it was perfect, Brooke. Like, thank you so much for sharing your heart. And I was tearing up and crying. Everybody's crying. And I just want to echo everything that Brooke said. We want you to benefit from the experience and the hardships and the struggles that we've gone through. And we do not think that we are the best at this. If anything, Brooke and I call each other on the daily and we're like, why do we suck so bad? When are we going to get better at this? Like, how are we going to get better? And so, like, that is who you're being led by. You're being led by two people that just and other leaders too. Like, my goodness, Christy, Kim, Chris, all of our jewels, Phyllis, Jessica, Sherston, Barbie, all of our jewels. Please tell me I didn't leave anybody out. All of our jewels. You're being led by amazing women who truly want nothing more for you than to just help rise you up to another level and help teach you the things that we've learned. So I'm so grateful to be a part of this team. So grateful to be with you guys here tonight. We love you. And we'll see you this week, guys. 3-day challenges starting tomorrow. Zoom call on Thursday, IPA challenge on the team page today, all the week, just in one post. So it's easy to find. Love you guys. Bye.